practice?
For first practice, yeah. Got a lot of work with the young guys, especially at that end, the last bunch of plays there. But yeah, the effort was good, the energy was good, and then, like always, a lot of cleanup on that first day.
Ben threw a couple of nice balls today. What's left to say about that guy and what he brings to the team?
Nothing. I mean, we know who he is. He's a great leader, great teammate. He just does everything you ask. So looking forward to seeing how he continues to progress.
What will you be looking forward to in that quarterback competition? Like how will guys separate themselves?
It's really going to be the consistency of running the offense and making good decisions. Who can do that on a day in and day out basis is what we're really looking for.
Trent, what impressed you the most just from spring until now as far as gains guys made in the offseason? Any position groups stand out or offense, defense specifically?
There were quite a bit of gains across the board from a physical standpoint. And then I was really impressed with how they came together over summer. Their interaction, especially a lot of those guys just met each other in December. So I was very impressed with how the team's kind of come together so far.
Are there any guys in particular who you think kind of led the charge on that front?
I mean, obviously going back to Ben's one. Darius Clemens was one. The new guy that's leading, Hank, is one. Another new guy that's leading. You got Josh Gray, who's been here for a while. Jaden Robinson, Skylar Thomas would be probably the ones that hit my brain right away.
What's your favorite part of the defense that you like most about defense heading into camp?
Just going out there and then the chess game for me, right? How they align, the motions, the shifts, covering that down, and then the actual act of getting off and getting after somebody.
Which positional battles on this roster are you looking forward to watching play out this fall the most?
All of them, right? There's not a position, maybe corner and guard with Josh that are set. So everything's a battle, which is exciting.
Can you tell us about that sign outside the gate that says "How we feeling"? Is that you?
That's a question for someone else, but I like it.
Who should we ask?
I'm not sure on that one.
Coach, you've been the defensive coordinator, turning that over to Keith. How does that work? Do you maintain a level of involvement in that? Do you turn it over entirely to him? Do you work together? How does that relationship evolve when that's kind of your area of the team?
Yeah, well, it starts with it's Keith's, right? And then we work together and talk through things and make sure that it still is under that umbrella of what I want it to look like. But Keith's running it from a day in, day out, putting his spin on it, which, like I said earlier, in the spring, I think is going to help us improve the defense. So I'm looking forward to that.
Coach, you brought up Clemens. Just how would you evaluate what he brings, and how do you foresee his role at football?
From a teammate standpoint, he's just a natural leader. He just brings that. The football part has yet to be seen because he's only practiced today and didn't practice all spring. But from a leadership standpoint, his work ethic, how much he studies, he's always in the building, he brings a ton.
Likewise with Josh Gray's resume obviously speaks for itself, but what in particular is he still working on this last year?
Well, he played tackle mostly for us, and he wants to move inside, especially for his opportunity at the next level. So he'll play guard, center for us, and work that to make his, him more valuable at that next level. But he's going to kind of be learning a lot of new things about the inside position as we go through fall camp.
How is that transition from what you've seen kind of gone for him?
Oh, it'll be easy for him. I mean, Coach Mahalchek did a great job all the time of teaching all those guys all 5 spots. Coach DeVan does the same thing, so that transition's not that tough. But it'll take a little work of physically doing it.
Bird's eye view on the wide receivers, how would you assess the room, and what do you like about what that group brings?
I like their length and their speed. I think it's as long as we've ever been in there, and probably as fast from a whole group standpoint. So I'm excited about that. I think there's a lot of guys that can play, and I think it's going to be another position group that's going to have a big-time battle to get reps.
Who's the fastest guy?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. I have no idea.
Well,
we don't race them. We don't race them.
This is the first season not being part of the Pac-12. Does it feel different? Change your perspective of anything going into this season?
No, not at all. I mean, what off season it does, because you're just hearing so much about, but the actual football part and going and winning games, it has no bearing on it.
You were in Vegas recently with that event. What was your biggest takeaway from as far as what the commissioner said about helping out you in Washington State in this conference?
Yeah, I like what she said, and we've talked a number of times, and I like what her plan is and the direction that she wants to take this thing. So all we can control is winning, and if we win and we're successful, then we're going to be valuable to whenever that shakes up again.
You've been very bullish on this team and its chances to compete for a CFP bid. Why so confident about that?
Because I think the physical talent is here. You know, I think is from a size, strength, speed standpoint. You know, it's here. We can win the games we need to win with the talent we have here. Now it's just going to be how fast can we come together? How fast can those guys play? Because that's been one thing we've done a great job of the last couple of years is our guys play fast and they play physical. So in order to do that, you got to be confident and know what you're doing. So that's the part that's going to take some work and going to be the biggest part in our success.
It was pretty hard to miss Gerard out there today at left tackle. How big is it to add just another guy to that room who's got multi-years experience?
Oh, yeah, it is. I mean, you got another guy that started multiple years in the Pac-12. I mean, those guys are just valuable. They got experience, and they've done it, and they've done it against elite talent.
You look at Thomas Collins coming back from what he came through. Where's he at, and what do you expect him to bring?
Yeah, I think he'll be very similar to us like Hodgins was a year ago. You know, he's got that twitchiness, that athleticism inside, which I think can give inside guys trouble, especially in pass protection.
So he's your starting fullback?
No, that he's not. So he doesn't give us that.
Where does Jeremiah Noga kind of fit into that receiver group? It's a guy who obviously has kind of had to fight for his name there.
And he's continuing to do that. I think he's right in that mix, you know, and he's going to be battled to be a starter. And so that's what he's doing on a day in and day out basis.
Trent, kind of a fun question, but some coaches across the country have talked about how they've approached the new NCAA football video game with their players. And, you know, some guys have consoles at the, facilities. Some guys are trying to limit how many hours guys can play. How have you guys handled all that, and how much fun has it been?
Well, I really haven't even dealt with it, to be honest with you. Guys like it. They love it. I remember doing it as a player, and it was fun. But hopefully we keep them busy enough where they can't do too much of it.
You obviously can't talk about any names in particular, but the program has acknowledged some signings in the 25 class and even up to 26. What does it mean to the future of the program to see some well-regarded guys continuing to sign with the program, given the state of things?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a testament to our coaches and the work that they've put in, the relationships that they've built, but also like when guys really look at this place and what it has here and the opportunity that's here and what Oregon State can provide them, they're seeing what it can. The conference thing's, not something that they're necessarily worried about. Because again, the message we're selling and what we truly believe is, you win and things take care of themselves.
There's been a lot of turnover along the front seven of this defense. Just kind of what are you feeling about where they're at right now?
Yeah, I'll let you know when we put pads on. But I like the work that they did. Again, from the on paper, it looks good for the height, the weight, their athletic ability, what they did in the weight room. Now it's applying it to football.
So much new around here. Is there a way to sum up what it's like stepping on the field for the first day after the last few years was so much different around you?
It's nice. It's nice to finally get out here, right? All the talk and everything that's kind of gone on off the field. It's good to finally get back into football.
It sharpens your focus on what's
what's important, right? Which is ball and getting these guys ready to be successful.